Do you believe that you can heal yourself? Too often we give our power away to something outside of ourselves, and rarely, if ever, trust and tap into our innate healing power and intuition. Everyone has this capability to heal in ways we never thought possible. It's your sovereign right to claim and have true health and lasting wellness. Now, here is the host of the Dr. Dolores Show, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in our amazing universe. And I've got some questions for y'all. Have you ever felt exhausted even after you've been sleeping for hours when you wake up? Or are you carrying responsibilities, emotions, and expectations that were never yours to begin with? And when was the last time you truly felt nourished instead of simply functioning? And what if your exhaustion is not weakness, but wisdom? So, welcome to the Dr. Dolores Show, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And we are going to be talking about the truth about emotional exhaustion today on our show. And I don't know about you, but I know I've been uber exhausted lately. There's just so much stuff flying around in our energy field that it's just sometimes it's overbearing. So let's just talk about this. Emotional exhaustion is one of the most misunderstood experiences people are having right now. Many individuals assume they are simply tired, overworked, aging, or not managing life well. But emotional exhaustion actually runs much deeper than that. It often comes from chronic overgiving, suppressing our emotions, holding unspoken grief, ignoring your personal truth, carrying emotional responsibility for others, and living disconnected from your authentic self. And when we exist in survival mode for too long, this is what happens. We're going to look at the truth about emotional exhaustion from a different perspective. It's not always a problem to fix. It may often be a sacred signal inviting reconnection, recalibration, and restoration. So, emotional exhaustion is different than physical fatigue. Why does rest sometimes not work? Or, why can someone sleep all weekend and still feel depleted? And why are so many highly capable people emotionally exhausted right now? So, just like anything else in our lives, there's an accumulation effect. So emotional exhaustion accumulates energetically and emotionally over time. It's like we've stuffed so much stuff in our backpack that backpack is exploding at the seams and it needs to go somewhere. Many people are spiritually and emotionally overloaded without realizing it. And we talk a lot about the nervous system and a dysregulated nervous system. Our nervous system cannot differentiate between emotional stress and physical threat. There's like all these shades of gray in between there, so your nervous system is not going to be able to tell the difference between the two. And suppressed emotions, the ones that don't deal with, the ones that we hide on the shelf for later to deal with or stuff, they consume a large energetic bandwidth. So emotional exhaustion can present itself as brain fog, maybe lack of motivation, numbness, irritability, anxiety, emotional shutdown, apathy, and difficulty making decisions. And, usually people who are empaths, intuitives, highly sensitive people, caregivers, healers, medical professions, parents, we normalize depletion because we have been conditioned to equate self-sacrifice with love. So just sit with yourself right now and just feel where this is all landing for you, because it does. And I think that explaining it in this way will give you some insight into what's really up with you and what's going on in the world around us as well. So, how often, I got a question for you all, how often do you say yes when your body is saying no? Or have you been trained to earn love through service? And what happens when caring for others becomes abandoning yourself? You really are abandoning yourself when you don't put yourself first. And it's not selfish to put yourself first. When we overgive, it creates an energetic imbalance. And self-abandonment becomes exhaustion over time. So just reflect in your life where you've been overgiving. And maybe it's been a chronic thing for you that you've normalized. But technically what you're doing is you're abandoning yourself at the expense of taking care of other people. And people often override their intuition to maintain peace, approval, or belonging. So your intuition may be screaming at you, please don't do that. However, you're the peacemaker and you will sacrifice yourself at the expense of you to keep the peace at all costs. So it's like you're not allowed to be your true authentic self, set boundaries. You're there to make sure that everybody else is their needs are being met. You are making yourself small to fit into situations where if you showed up who you are, people may react differently. Well, I say, too bad, too sad. It's just like that's on them. Why should you compromise who you are so you could fit into their world? How about them work, and if they respond in a way, that's not on you at all. That's on them. That's their issue. And don't make their issue your issue. And, circling back to this as well, what overgiving also and self-abandonment looks like, just chronic people pleasing. If we're trying to, make sure everybody else is you're brown nosing everything so you could fit in and be liked and whatever, it really pulls away from your authentic needs being met. Instead, you're trying to make their needs be met. And this is really about, keeping yourself small. Why would you want to do that? And also, it's going to cost you your health, well-being, and it's going to create a lot of exhaustion. So the exhaustion may actually be your soul refusing further betrayal. Think of it that way. Your soul is speaking to you through this modality of exhaustion because there's a huge mismatch in energetic alignment. Okay? And by you being out of integrity with your energy and your alignment, you're actually betraying yourself. So remember this. The body eventually speaks when the soul has been ignored too long. So let's do a little process here, and I think this will be really good for everybody, and it's early on, and it's called Where Am I Leaking Energy? So I just invite you to take a pause and just ask yourself this. What drains me consistently? What conversations exhaust me? Where do I feel obligated instead of aligned? And what responsibilities no longer belong to me? And just mull these questions over and just pay attention to what's kind of happening in your body as you do this as well. So just place one hand on your heart and one on your solar plexus, which is right where your belly button is, and just say this: I release what is not mine to carry. I choose restoration instead of depletion. My energy is sacred. And it is. So just feel that and just allow that to land. Sometimes a shift is that simple. So, what emotions have you been taught were too much? And how much energy does it take to hold everything together? And what if exhaustion is frozen emotional energy? Just think about that. Too often we store things in our body, and emotional suppression is one of those things because emotions are energy, and when they're not fully experienced, they have to go someplace. That's energy that's being stored. So unprocessed emotions, believe it or not, remain active in the nervous system and our energetic field. That energy needs to go someplace. So it'll pick a place where there's less resistance in the body to go. So by suppressing your anger, your grief, your sadness, your disappointment, and fear, this creates internal pressure. Emotional suppression often appears as chronic fatigue, adrenal depletion, emotional numbness, disassociation, and tension patterns in the body. So, what's the connection between emotional truth and vitality? When truth is suppressed, life force diminishes, your creativity diminishes and decreases, joy fades, and your emotional resilience weakens. So if this is happening to you, I just invite you to just make note of it. It's not about it being right or wrong. It's like you have awakened to a different aspect. And now that you're awake to this is where you could come and do something different. Instead of reacting to things in your life, maybe responding. This is where your choices come in. So we're getting ready to go on our first break of our episode, and you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And if this information is ringing true to you, I invite you to like, subscribe, and share our show on your favorite listening platform. So stay tuned, and when we come back, we'll share some more.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And we're talking about the truth about emotional exhaustion today on our show. And I think this is a very timely topic because I believe more and more people are feeling drained. And, I believe there's no mistake that this is happening at this time because it's just opening to the door of realization of where we are really misaligned energetically in our lives, in our body, mind, and soul. So let's talk about, we talked a little bit about emotional suppression and about overgiving and self-abandonment, and also about why emotional fatigue is different than physical fatigue. So emotional fatigue is, it's a different animal. So it's really about our energy being misaligned. It's about the things that drain our energy because they're not aligned with who we truly are. Okay, there's a mismatch. But yet we try to override this mismatch to fit in and make things normal and normalize it, whatever. So over time, we've normalized this as being normal, and it's not. So I got some more questions for you to ponder on. So are you living according to your truth or according to obligation? And what parts of your life feel heavy because they are no longer aligned? And what if exhaustion is a sign your soul has outgrown an old version of your life? These are all important questions to kind of sit with and ponder. Because we're creatures of habit. We want the status quo. We don't like change. But yet change is so essential. And it is a certainty in life that there's going to be change, okay? That's a certainty, okay? You're going to die, that's a certainty. There's going to be change, that's a certainty. However, when we are hanging on to dear life energetically, to things that are no longer aligned with who we are, this is what creates and brings more exhaustion into your life. So just remember this: misalignment drains more energy than activity. And remaining in environments, jobs, relationships, or identities that no longer resonate with who you are creates energetic friction and energetic misalignment. How often do we hang on to something out of fear of the unknown or what's going to happen if I lose this or whatever? It's always fear-based. What if things are happening because you are actually getting upgraded? Energetically, you're no longer aligned with what you've been experiencing. You've outgrown it energetically. And so there tends to be that little incongruency where things just aren't running as smoothly as they had been. And I think what happens for some people, you see the signs, but you choose to ignore that. So I invite you to witness the signs and not panic or freak out that, oh my God, done something bad. Just know that, okay, maybe it's time to shift gears and continue on my path forward. And, moving forward is not linearly moving forward. It's actually moving upward. Okay. It's like you're getting to a higher frequency that's moving upward. So you're going to be in resonance with more things that are going to be lined with that higher vibration essence of who you are. People often become exhausted attempting to maintain identities that they have spiritually outgrown. So, an emotional exhaustion may signal transition, awakening, an energetic recalibration, and even an identity transformation. So, just remember your exhaustion may not mean you are failing. It may mean your energy no longer supports what is not authentic and authentically you. So let's do an emotional inventory reset. So just think about emotion that you have maybe been suppressing, or maybe a truth that you're avoiding, or one area where you need support. And just focus on that. And just allow these words to really resonate with you. What would change if I stopped pretending I was okay? It might be very insightful. And if you are navigating emotional exhaustion, energetic overwhelm, awakening symptoms, or feeling disconnected from yourself, know that support is available. Through intuitive guidance, energy work, and integrative healing approaches, I help people reconnect with their energy, clarity, and authentic self so they can move beyond survival into sustainable, thriving well-being. So let's talk about boundaries as energy medicine. We talk a lot about boundaries on my show because I think they're essential. They're a framework of allowing yourself to be complete and whole within yourself without having people hooking into your energy and draining the life out of you. So, what if boundaries are not rejection, but self-respect? We need to package boundaries differently. It's about respecting you. And why do so many compassionate people fear disappointing others? What's that all about? Maybe we don't want to see other people suffer, or maybe we're just fixers and we feel it's our responsibility to fix everybody else at the expense of ourselves. And what becomes possible when we stop leaking our energy? Okay. because boundaries are a two-way street. We either leak our energy or people hook into our energy, and both actually suck you dry. But there's two aspects to it. So just remember, boundaries protect life force energy. And boundaries aren't punishment. They are establishing clarity. It's no surprise that our nervous systems have been dysregulated maybe because of all the unhealthy boundaries many of us have carried throughout our whole entire life and multiple lifetimes. Healthy boundaries are going to restore your nervous system safely. Saying no creates space for alignment, and no is a full sentence. Remember that. So, what energy leaks look like? Energy leaks happen through resentment, obligation, guilt, emotional caretaking, and unconscious responsibility for others. And many of us have taken on this from another time and place, and it's still the flow or energetic foundation of what we bring into this world and how we form from the platform. Sometimes we take on responsibility for things in another time and place. We make vows from another time and place and their carryover. And sometimes it's just through our lineage as well, ancestrally. So when we are able to discern where our energy stops and where something else begins, this is where we really step into our power. So a lot of times too, many spiritually aware people often confuse compassion with overfunctioning. And it's really not. I feel what's important that people need to focus on self first. Because remember, everything starts with us first. It's not about being selfish or, making yourself superior. It's about filling your cup up first so you could give from the overflow of that cup and not become depleted. We have been programmed for so long to give and give and give and give and give, and it just sucks ourselves dry. It's about us learning how to receive from ourself, receive that compassion from ourself, that self-compassion. So let's do a little process that's going to help our nervous system possibly reconnect. So let's just get grounded really quick and just place your feet on the floor and just couple deep breaths and just allow your jaw to soften and your shoulders to relax and just exhale. And just say to yourself, my body is not my enemy. My exhaustion is communication. My system is asking for reconnection, not punishment. And just sit with this as we go on to our next break of our show. And you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And we've been talking about the truth about emotional exhaustion on our show. So stay tuned. And when we come back, we'll just dive into a nice, juicy meditation for you to enjoy. Stay tuned.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And we've been talking today about emotional exhaustion and the truth about it. You know, there's so much going on in our world right now, and it's really about unpacking it and trying to make sense of it all without stepping into react mode and giving our power away to the things that we really don't have any control over. We are diving into this topic to give you a different perspective as to how to gain some wisdom as to maybe look at this from a different perspective. So we talked about emotional exhaustion is often energetic and emotional, not merely physical. And, you know, we abandon ourselves chronically, and this shows up as depletion. And we don't feel our emotions, and it's all energy, so it gets stuck someplace in our body because that energy's got to go someplace. And when we are no longer in alignment with who we are and where we have been, it drains more energy than activity. So it'll suck the life out of you because energetically it's no longer a match. There's a misalignment. And you're trying to do everything it costs to make it more aligned with you. But it needs to fall by the wayside. And that sometimes that scares the bejeebers out of all of us. And we also talked about boundaries, truth, and self-connection as essential forms of healing, and they're foundational pieces. So we also need to look at, you know, how do we put this together? How do we make it different for ourselves? So we're going to dive into a guided meditation and activation, and hopefully this will give you a taste of what I'm talking about and how you could better anchor this within yourself so you could experience more balance, less exhaustion, and more well-being. So I just invite you to just take a moment to find a place where you're going to be comfortable and uninterrupted for the next 6 minutes or so. And when you're settled, just take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. And just allow yourself to arrive fully into this moment. Right here, right now. No fixing, no forcing, no performing. Just allowing yourself to be. And as you gently close your eyes, begin noticing your breath without changing it. Simply observe it. And notice where your body may be holding tension, heaviness, or fatigue. And take another deep breath in. And exhale with softness. Again, take a deep inhale and release. And just imagine now that with every breath out, you are releasing layers of emotional pressure you have been unconsciously carrying. Perhaps the expectations, the responsibilities, the emotional weight, the constant need to hold it all together. Allow it to soften. You no longer need to carry everything alone. And bring your awareness now to your body. And just notice where exhaustion may be living within you. Perhaps your chest and your shoulders, your stomach, your mind, your nervous system. Just simply notice without any judgment or analysis, only awareness. Now imagine a beautiful, soft, golden light beginning to appear above your head. This carries restoration, compassion, truth, and deep energetic replenishment. And allow this golden light to gently pour down over you like warm liquid sunlight. Feel it moving over your scalp, relaxing your mind, quieting mental noise, softening overthinking and analyzing, releasing pressure. And just allow this light to move into your forehead and eyes, releasing the exhaustion of constantly watching, monitoring, anticipating, and managing life. Your jaw softens. Your throat relaxes. And now this golden healing light begins moving into your heart space. Just take a deep breath. Notice what emotions may be sitting here. Unspoken grief, loneliness, disappointment, over responsibility, caretaking fatigue. You do not need to push any of it away. Simply allow yourself to witness it. And as this golden light surrounds your heart, silently repeat, I no longer need to abandon myself to be loved. I release what was never mine to carry. I allow myself to receive support, restoration, and peace. And feel your heart beginning to soften. Your energy does not need to be earned through exhaustion. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of nourishment. You are worthy of peace. Next, allow that golden light to move into your solar plexus, the center of your personal power. Notice any cords of obligation, guilt, pressure, or overgiving. Without force, simply observe them. Now imagine this golden light gently dissolving every energetic attachment that has depleted your life force. See yourself reclaiming your energy, calling yourself home. Feel warmth returning to your body, vitality returning to your spirit, breath returning to your nervous system. Now just silently repeat, my energy is sacred. My boundaries are healing. I choose alignment over depletion. I honor my emotional truth, and so it is. And take a slow breath in. And now imagine yourself standing in a beautiful field of soft light. Above you is your higher self, calm, wise, loving, and deeply present. Notice This version of you is not exhausted. This version of you is fully connected, fully supported, and fully aligned. And thank yourself for showing up today. And remember, emotional exhaustion is not weakness. It is often your soul asking you to return to yourself. And when you're ready, gently return to the room, grounded, restored, and reconnected with yourself. And we're getting ready to go to our next break of the episode and just sit in that peacefulness, that groundedness. You've been listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and we've been talking about the truth about emotional exhaustion. And when we come back, we're going to wrap it up for the episode, so stay tuned.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And thank you for joining me today on the show. If today's conversation has touched your heart, supported your healing, or helped you feel seen in a deeper way, I invite you to continue this journey with me. Please subscribe to the Dr. Dolores Show and share this episode with someone who may be silently struggling with emotional exhaustion, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps expand these healing conversations to people all over the world who are awakening, healing, and searching for deeper understanding. And if you're personally navigating emotional exhaustion, overwhelm, energetic depletion, awakening symptoms, or major life transitions, I invite you to explore working with me directly through intuitive guidance, energy healing, integrative support that's designed to help you to reconnect with your energy, clarity, and authentic self. And I also invite you to join our community, I'm Awake Now What, where we gather connection, insight, energetic support, and real conversations about awakening. You could find out more about this. Just go visit my website, drdoloresfazzino.com. And just remember, your exhaustion is not asking you to disappear. It's asking you to return to yourself. So we talked a lot. There was a lot to digest on our show today. And I think the most important thing to remember is that exhaustion is not personal failure. So many people have been conditioned to override themselves in order to survive, succeed, belong, and actually be loved. They have learned to silence their needs, suppress their emotions, and continue giving long after their spirit has become depleted. Over time, this creates not only emotional exhaustion, but energetic disconnection from the self. What many are experiencing right now is not simply burnout, it's the collapse of unsustainable ways of living. The body is speaking, the nervous system is speaking, the soul is speaking. Emotional exhaustion often arrives when your inner being can no longer support living outside of alignment. It's not punishment, it's communication. And perhaps the greatest healing begins the moment you stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" and begin asking, "What is my exhaustion trying to show me?" Your exhaustion may be revealing where you have overextended yourself, where you have abandoned yourself from your truth, where your boundaries need strengthening, where your soul is asking for change, where your energy is calling for restoration. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to yourself, returning to your truth, your inner authority, your emotional honesty, your energetic integrity. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need to prove your worth through depletion. You do not need to carry everything alone. This is more your invitation to live differently, more consciously, more compassionately, more sustainably, and above all, more connected to yourself. So remember, emotional exhaustion is often energetic before it becomes physical. Chronic overgiving creates self-abandonment. Boundaries are essential forms of energy restoration. Emotional suppression drains our life force energy. And exhaustion can be a spiritual awakening signal. So I'm going to leave you with this quote. Emotional exhaustion is often what happens when the soul has been whispering for too long and it's finally asking to be heard. So just remember this, beloved ones. You are never designed to carry the emotional density of the world alone. You have mistaken endurance for strength, depletion for purpose for far too long. Your exhaustion is not evidence of failure. It is evidence that your system is no longer willing to participate in separation from truth. The old paradigms taught humanity to override the body, silence the heart, and disconnect from inner knowing in order to survive. But your soul is awakening beyond survival. Your exhaustion is not merely physical, it's an energetic recalibration. So I invite you to step into this new part of who you are. Remember that you are supported and loved more than you could imagine, and just to give from the overflow of your cup. And just remember, you are worth it. So stay tuned for our next episode next week. And from now to next week, just live your most perfect life. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. Dr. Dolores returns Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, Remember to be kind to yourself and create your best life. You are worth it.